Okay, so as you guys may know, I recently dropped a video on whether or not I think Kaido is currently the strongest pirate in the world like Killer and Kid claimed. As of the recent chapter, even Zoro calls him the toughest in the world when stating that he wants to cut him down. Now normally I don't like to watch a lot of other people's videos because I feel that watching too many could cloud my judgment on certain topics. However, I wanted to hear what people had to say about this, so I watched two videos addressing it. Shockingly, for some reason, both of them felt like Shanks is the top of the food chain, which kinda caught me off guard. Mainly due to the fact that we haven't really seen much of him, at least comparably to the other Yonko. That's not to say he's done nothing though. In fact, that's the point of this video. Today we're going to go over the feats and portrayal of Red Hair Shanks, and I'll give my honest opinion on where I'd place him on the Yonko scale. Naturally, from a power standpoint, he's shown feats that would solidify him the position as one of the four emperors, whether he be the weakest or strongest. Although some of these feats do have some asterisks attached to them if you're being critical about that situation. For example, in Marineford, he was able to not only show up and stop Akaino's magma punch, but he was also able to stop the war in its entirety. However, this was after the fact of Whitebeard rampaging all across the battlefield. Not only were there marine casualties and worn out men, but apparently because of his relationship with Sengoku, or I guess because of who he is, Sengoku called it and submitted to his wishes. To this day, we don't fully know what Sengoku meant by that, but currently we do know that Shanks has some type of hidden relationship with the girl say that the public doesn't know about. Also, while he was in Marineford, he basically repelled Blackbeard away from the situation by saying that he'd fight anyone who still wanted to continue. Blackbeard stated that it was too soon for him to face off against Shanks. Keep in mind that Blackbeard had both devil fruits at the time. He just didn't have complete control over both of them yet. A lot of people think it's just because it's Shanks, but honestly, if it were Big Mom or Kaido who showed up to Marineford, I think Teach would have done the same thing. He more than likely didn't think he was on that Emperor tier yet, so he would have backed down regardless. There is the mystery of Shanks' eye though. The reason why the story of his scar is so important is because when talking to Whitebeard, Shanks stated that he didn't get his scar from being careless. He was actually aware of Blackbeard when he got that scar. Incidentally, he also stated that he didn't get it from Hawkeye, which kinda insinuates that he got his scar from Blackbeard around the same time he had his deadly duels with Hawkeye. So that's pretty interesting. It shows you what level of skill he was at the time. And that's another thing as well. More than likely when Mihawk and Shanks had their duels, they weren't who they were today, but they more than likely had pretty reputable strength for someone like Whitebeard to talk about their battles as if they were legends, which is an added bonus that he could fight on par with the current strongest swordsman in the world. Not to say that he can't now, but I'm presuming that this was before his prime as a Yonko. There's one more thing that I want to mention, Shanks' haki. Like I mentioned in my Kaido Strongest video, check that out after this one, I think it's a pretty safe assumption to say that Shanks has more than likely mastered all three types of haki, simply due to the fact that he's seemingly the only emperor without a devil fruit, an insane monster strength, or an insane body like the other three. We know that both Big Mom and Kaido are like walking tanks, and even Blackbeard has a strange body to the point that he can hold two different devil fruits. Hell, I think that the fact that we've seen him clash evenly with Whitebeard and split the sky like Big Mom and Kaido did is proof enough of his haki skills. Also, the fact that when he stepped onto the Moby Dick, his unconscious conqueror's haki damaged the ship, and we've yet to truly see something like that. Well, besides the time when Luffy and Katakuri clashed together and you could see the rocks cracking around them and that type of thing. And I guess I should mention this too as well. As you guys may know, Shanks somehow stopped Kaido from going to Marineford. The details are very limited. The only thing that we do know is that whatever Shanks did, he did it relatively fast. That was the only reason why he made it back to Marineford as quick as he did. That's why I doubt there was an all-out fight though. At most it could have been a clash. But in my head, Shanks more than likely stopped Kaido using something that he was interested in. Kinda similar to how when he showed up in front of Whitebeard, he brought him booze from the West Blue, his hometown. Who knows? Shanks has been a mystery the entire series. While there are some facts that are undeniable, there's also a lot that we need the details of. If I had to put the emperors on a scale from weakest to strongest, I would put Blackbeard at the bottom because he's new to the Yonko scene, and I would put Big Mom above him. Then I put Shanks slightly above her, only slightly because I feel like he has better portrayal than her. And last but not least, I have Kaido as the king of the jungle due to his insane lore, portrayal, and feats that we've actually seen and that we're currently seeing. Keep in mind that this is just for right now though. I actually can't wait to see what Shanks is truly capable of when he comes back into the story, because he's pretty much the strongest human that we know, you know? In the comment section, let me know where you place Shanks and why. Also, how do you feel about my placement? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Just let me know. I'm open to criticism. This is Wave, and I'm out. Yo guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of these videos being shown to you on the screen currently. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell to stay up to date with the latest content. Appreciate you guys and thank you for supporting the channel. Love.